Hey guys, welcome Thursday night, and we are back for some development. And what we've done here is we are going to create a menu. I do like a good menu, and so that is what we're going to do. And we're going to take it from Fabrica Espace, or at least we're going to take some of it from Fabrica Espace, and we're going to work on it from that point of view. So let's do that, shall we? And we're going to, I'm afraid I'm going to have to move this off the screen for now, but we're going to copy this, and I'm going to go to designer here, and we're going to paste it. Okay. Now there's a couple of bits of stuff here that we are going to delete. And let's have a look at this for a second. And I'm kind of liking that. What I want to do, actually, you know what? Is we're going to have the menu on the left hand side, and the plan is to have a character here who's going to react depending on which menu that you are using. So in here we're going to do a button, and in fact what we'll do is we'll delete this, and the border main we're going to make this completely see-through. Okay. And this button we're going to delete it. Then this button, we'll just call it button new. So that's going to be basically new game, right? And then in there we're going to have text, and that text is going to be new game. Okay. And that's going to get centered. And we are probably going to swap this into a canvas panel, actually, right? But for the moment we'll leave it there. In fact, no, let's do that now. Let's wrap with, actually, you know what, it's going to be a vertical box, right? And that vertical box is going to go in this panel. Then the UGP can go, and position X can go 1, 2, 5. Position Y can go 250. Then we're going to size to content, And then the text for this is going to be that, or we could have that. I'm not too sure, guys. What do you think? Do you think that? Or do you think that? I think it's going to have to be this. Right? And it's obviously going to have to be red. Even though that's not red. So that's going to be 0. Okay. And obviously this button is going to be 0, 0, 0. Now I don't know why the disabled background's there. Okay, it's not that. So this is going to be 0 and 0, and that's going to be 0, 0, and then this actual border okay, so I'm guessing it's this one then. Okay, so we basically don't need this border. Right? And that's CP main. Okay, whatever. I suppose we size the content. We can look at it later. Right now, the weird thing is, this vertical box or this button zero, 0, 0. Right, copy, paste, this one, paste, okay, new, duplicate, this one. Going to be continue. Okay, and basically we're going to need some padding on this. On the bottom, 25. Then on the bottom of this we can go 25. Okay. Then we can duplicate that. Then duplicate that. Then duplicate that. And now we can look at our options. And I'll tell you what we'll do, right? If we make this like 0.6, right? Point 6. Okay, and 0.6. And now yeah, that's fine for now. But what we want to do is this vertical box probably needs to come out of it, so we'll make it 200. Okay, compile that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into main maps, right? And in fact, what we'll do is we will okay, so in here, go new level, empty level, create, okay, then we'll go to file, save current level, and we shall call it main menu. Save. Okay, so we're going to open that. Then that's cool. Then we're going to go into our blueprints and we're going to create a new player controller, right? And we're going to call it PC underscore main menu. Okay. And then we're going to create another blueprint, and it's going to be a game mode base, and it's going to be GM main menu. Okay, so we'll rename that to the proper thing, and it will be GM main menu. So that's GM for game mode main menu, and that's PC for player controller main menu. And then we're going to open up our GM main menu, and we're going to set the player controller to be PC main menu. Compile that. Then we'll go to world settings in this map, and we will set it to GM main menu and Save all. And now we can basically add a basic player start, which we didn't do there. Oh yeah, we did. There it's there. Okay. And now if we close everything down, because we only want to work with the main menu and the player controller for the main menu, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and on event begin play, we're going to create the widget and it's going to be main menu. And it's actually going to be right. So we've got a problem here. We've got two different main menus here, right? So if we want to make sure we've got the right one, we can drag that in. Okay, we can't. But what we can do is, because we've got another one here, and this might actually come in useful to us. I know it won't. Host menu, main menu. Okay, that's weird. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just add to viewport. Come on, you know you want to. So we add to viewport, then we'll compile that, and we shall run it. Oh dear. Right. So this is all to do we should be really browsing here, right, and deleting that. Okay. And if we browse to this one, delete that. Game state, browse to that one, delete, force delete. Then we can delete that, force delete. Delete that, force delete. Browse to this. Right. Browse to here. Force delete. Possess, delete. Energy bar, delete. These are all coming out of a different project that have been passed across. Energy bar, options menu. Okay, we can't do that one. We deleted that one. I think we deleted the host menu. Menu error, don't think so. Browse to there. Force delete. Apparently this still exists. Delete that. You've got to do a bit of work on this. I mean, this just doesn't kind of do it itself, but remain in player. Force delete. W chat. Right. Try this again. Okay, so BPI player. Right, so this is an interface. BPI player. Okay. Browse to here. Delete that. No. 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 Clear. Play. Gameplay controller and gameplay game mode. So we need to find them. Okay, so it's not that. Enums gameplay. Right, so it's these two here. Delete that. Delete that. clear, close this, run. Right, PC main menu, failed to compile, main menu, compile, and run. There we go. Okay. So why they've got that little border round about them, I don't know. I don't know why they've got that little white border. I'm going to go for this background colour. Okay, so it's not that. I can only see it being this, but it's not. Not that. Okay. Is this why it is? Don't see it. It's not the text, it's the box. Right? I'm just wondering if it's got some sort of weird... It's definitely the button. Interesting. Well, we'll not worry about that for now, right? So what we'll do is we'll go here. We could just go with that. Yeah. It must be that rounded, whatchamacallit, the rounded box thing. But now we don't have a background colour to it for some reason. Bizarrely. Right, we can just do it as an image then. Right, so we just select all the text boxes and we go image, image, image. Okay. While that, press play. And you'll notice when we... Well, that's interesting. when we hover over that one, oh yeah, that's because we didn't change the other ones to image. Copy, paste, paste. Just paste that as well while we're at it. Right, so these should all be the same now. Right, okay. So now that we've done that, we can do our first button, right? And we'll just do this as a basic one first, and we'll just say open level by name, and then this is going to be 1, and basically go. And that's just to get us going. Obviously that's not what we're going to do in the end, but we can start basically testing at this point. There we go. So that works fine. But the thing is, we need to get our button new, and we need to get unhovered, so we need hovered and unhovered. We need to go back to our designer, and we've got button new, right? And we need our text, and that's going to be txt new, and it's going to be a variable so that we can adjust that. In fact, all of these are going to be variables, so we can do that right now. Right, so they're now all variables. Compile that, and then we go into our graph, and what we'll do is we shall write a function, and we'll call it hover over button. And we shall write another one, and it'll be unhover over button. And that's because basically we'll be doing the exact same thing for each of our different buttons, so we don't want to rewrite the code every time, right? So if we go back to our event graph, and in fact we're going to say hover over button, and we're going to say unhover over button, and then we're going to go into here, and we are going to pass in a variable, and it's basically going to be a text box, and I don't know what this is going to be actually called. I'm going for that. Okay, and we're basically going to do the same thing on here. So we're going to add our text box. Right. And then in our event graph, we are going to get our button new. We're going to get it. Then we are going to duplicate it. And then we're going to click. No, we're not. Ah, it's not button new, right? Duh. It's text new. That still doesn't go in there. That's type text. Okay, fine. I had to find out what this was actually called. So this is not a text box, apparently. Right, so we're going with that. And we'll go to, well, we'll test this first to see if this now goes in here. And it does. Right, so that's fine. Okay. And we can put this in here. And now what we can do is unhover, click on that, and this is text, and it's this one here. Compile that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get opacity. We're going to set opacity to 1. Then we're going to copy that. Then we're going to paste it. And this is going to set it back to 0.6. Right? So now well, the hover works, the unhover does not. Let's see what we've got here. We've got it not plugged in, so that would completely explain why it wasn't working. Oops. Right. So we could bring that off both, doesn't really matter to be fair. So that's the new, right? And now what we can do is we can say button continue, and this can be text continue. So txt continue, compile that, and then for our button we can hit on hovered, and we can go back to designer, and we don't actually need to do this. We could do that also in another one, but hey ho, we'll get a couple of these working, that'll do us. right? So basically we do that. Okay, we don't do that. What we do is we do that, duplicate them, come here, plug them in, and obviously we're going to delete text new, that's going to come down a bit, then we're going to get text continue, get that, that's going to plug in there, we're going to duplicate it, bring it down here, plug it in, going to grab this, put it there, and that can go to there, and that gives us our first part of this working. So as you can see, they've got that little bit of like highlighting, which gives it a nice feel, I would say. Right. So what I want to do, right, I'm going to give you an idea of what I want to do here, right. What we've got is an empty level, right, and there is our player. So we've got a camera looking straight ahead. Okay, now here's the thing. What I want is like a character. Wonder if we've got. We haven't. It's a bit of a bummer. Well, I'll tell you what we could do, right? What we could do is, we've got our undead pack, right? I mean, this is just for display purposes, right? So what we could do is, we could show like a ghoul or something. The ghoul's not that particularly exciting. I think the skeleton's a bit better, is it? Don't know if the skeleton's a bit better or not, but what we could do is bring it in, right, and spin him if has he got a camera attached to him? Yeah, apparently the skeleton's got a camera attached to him. Right, we don't want that. Right, that's better. Right, now in effect, what we want is for this guy, right, we're just going to basically switch off, what do you call it? We're going to switch off gravity, etc, etc. We just want him to stand there, right? And you see he just falls down anyway, right? So where is, right, mode, right, we're just going to constrain them everywhere. Okay, and he still falls. That's awesome. So let's, wait a minute, what we could do, can we? Yeah, static. Right. Cool. So we can stop that. Right, now it is looking a bit crappy. We'll have him up a bit. Then we'll scale him up. We'll scale him up by 3. Then we'll press play. And now he's a bit high. We're not bothered about that error. Right. And we have our things happening there, which is cool. Right, now eventually this is going to be like your character. Okay, and he's going to react in different ways to what's on the menu here, right? What you select. And with that in mind, I'm going to go and grab myself a cigarette, and I shall be back in 2 minutes. If you're enjoying the stream, hit the like and subscribe. And check out the description for links to Discord, etc. I shall be right back. Okay guys, we're back and plodding on here. Okay, we don't want any movement on that, so we can change that later. But anyway, what we can do now is if we go back to our main menu, then to our designer, and let's see, this is button options, and let's see, this is text TXT options, TXT options. Okay, and compile that, go back to our graph, and with our TXT options, actually it's our button options, we can go hovered, and we can go button options and unhovered. Then we can bring in TXT options and select that, duplicate. Okay, didn't want to do that apparently. Well, we can just do it this way. Just delete that, plug that in, duplicate it, drag that to here, into there, and connect these up. Move that down, connect that up, move it down, and there we go. Now we can save a lot of time here, right? Because what we can do is we can basically grab all of these, then basically not make a mess of it. What we can do first is align them all to the left, right? And then that evens them all up, and then we can just basically drag them all in to there, right? And then if we compile that and run it, now we have, right? But the trouble is we don't have a mouse pointer. Okay, so what we want to do is go back to our main blueprints, go to our PC main menu, and set show cursor, and now we've got our cursor. Okay, and we can stop that. We're not bothered about skeleton for now. Okay, we can drag these up and go back to our main menu, designer. We'll go to the bottom one and we'll say button exit, and we'll call it text TXT exit. Okay, and with that we can basically do the same thing again. So we can drag this in and get it because we're going to need it. Then button exit, we grab that, click on hovered, grab it again, click on unhovered, right? Then we can basically drag these in and duplicate them, drag them down, delete this one, plug this in, duplicate it, plug that in there, drag that to here, drag this in here, and do the same for this one, and there we go. And on the exit we can do the on clicked. I think it's I can't remember what it's called. Quick game. That'd be it. Compile that. Press play. And we should now have exit. There you go. Right. Back to designer. Back to here. Just say exit game, and I don't know what that's going to be yet. We'll work it out once we have a look at some other stuff. And we shall take it from there. But there we have a basic menu now, right? So if we go to edit, project settings, we can go to maps and modes, and the default game mode is going to be GM main menu, and this is going to be this one, right? So close that down, and this game instance is going to be GI Mansion, which we're going to rename, but let's worry about that later. Okay. I can't remember how I stopped that actually. I remember with the cursor moving. There's a simple way of doing it. Can't remember what it was. I'll find out. I'll find out and we'll sort it out. So, we've now got our menu to start with. We will be updating this, but in the meantime, we can go to here and it's going to start a game. Right? And what we'll do in the meantime is we shall go to here and if we go to the library, async, okay, it's not that, it's down in our assets, async loading screen, Okay. Now, I can't exactly remember how or what the options are for this, but there aren't a lot. I know that. So what we actually might do is look at the C++ of this later and see if we can actually do something with it to make it a little more configurable for us. That's of course once it's cleaned itself up. Now, one thing I did notice was our player character moved really fast. Okay, so basically what we want to do is get our character movement and basically slow it down a bit. Maximum walk speed, we'll say 500. We'll compile that. Right, now we need to open maps and go to map 1. Save that. Okay. And we're going to press play. And that's still pretty fast. Right. And as well as that, our wood block is set up wrong now because we changed that a minute ago, the collision on it. Oh, it was this box. It's block all dynamic. It should be, at the minute, it should be overlap all dynamic. Okay. Compile that. And that speed was still too fast. Right? So we'll cut it down to 400. That crouch 100. And we'll have a look at the speed now. Press play. There's our monster there. Right, so what we want to do is we want to pick that up and pick that up, right, and we know there's a set along here. Now we can go down here, and if I'm not too sure how many this is going to be, it's not enough, it's not finishing them off. Right, so we've got 5 to get. Now where are they? Right, they're not there. Ah, they're over here. $86. Right, we've got 2 to get. There's one of them. I've just missed it. Right, we've got 1 to get. So where is it? I know where it is. It's right at the end here, I bet you. No, it isn't. I did it there, it's right up in the corner. Right. So it's up in the corner here. There it is. And that's 88 out of 88. Right, so what we need to do now is, just for a laugh, and knowing that we can do this, this goes to here, right, and we can say open level by name, and we can just say main menu, right, and the next thing we'll do is we'll gradually get the player to speed up, right, right, so right, we'll try and pick up every single one as we go here. Right, so if we go in this door, right, we turn around, right, what a silly man. Right, we can go here, then we can go back, we're on 45, okay. Right, as I said, the monsters aren't doing anything. We don't want the monsters to do anything yet. Okay. Okay, we're on 85, 86, 87. We've got one to get. Where is it? Well, it's not down here. Ah, it's at this corner again. There we go. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is we need to start speeding up the player right when they pick stuff up. So we've got our pickup bonus counter, right? And that's going to show you your maximum amount that you've got. You've got your pickup count. So that is the total number that you've picked up. That is the total allowed. That is the number that you've picked up in this series. Right? And then what we should have, and we should have pickup bonus used. Okay. And that's going to be an integer. Can we drag this? Right. So what we do is when we pick up right, we come to here and we apply the pickup bonus. Okay. Now, the thing is, when we reset, right, so when we reset this counter, we also we also reset this to 0. Okay, compile that. So now what we can do is we can apply this based on whether or not. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do another variable, and we're going to call it speed bonus applied, right? And that's going to be a bool. So we're going to compile that. And guys, I shall be back in a second. Don't go anywhere, check out the description for Discord, etc. I shall be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay guys, we're back, we've got ourselves a drink and we're ready to go. So let's get this show on the road and let's get it sorted out. Right, so we're going to apply our speed bonus. So let's go in here and we shall rename this to pick up speed bonus. That kind of didn't look like speed bonus. Okay. So we're going to say a pickup bonus counter and do we have a while? Yeah, we do have a while. As long as the condition is true. Right, so we're going to do a local variable. And we're going to say has more bonus. We're going to set it to true. So it's going to go in there to start with. Right, and we're going to say if that's greater than 5, it's greater than or equal to 5, okay, then we're going to branch and if it's false we're going to set that to false. Okay, so we'll put that there for now. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. That is going to be minus our pickup used bonus. And if that is greater than 5, okay, if that's false we do that, then this goes in here and that is removed and that goes back to 5, right? Now if this is true then we get our character movement and we get our walk speed and we add, let's say 50, and then we set maximum walk speed equals that, Okay. So we'll move this down a bit. We'll move that out the way a bit, because that's just going to basically get us out the while loop. Drag that into there, and that into there. And then basically all we do is we set this, we get it, and then we add 5. Okay, now this isn't going to slow us down. At the moment, but it will when we're finished with it. Okay, this is just the first part that's going to gradually speed us up. Okay. So we could test this out by basically doing an event tick and doing a print string of our current speed. But we should actually start feeling ourselves getting faster and faster. And we're kind of stuck. But we should be getting still faster and faster here. And you can tell we are. Right, we'll not go that way. Right, we'll go back to here. Right, and you can tell we're a lot faster now. Oh, we're stuck. Oh, and we seem to be right, so we're definitely getting faster. Right, even though we keep messing it up. Right. According to this, I'm off the map, which is brilliant. Right, but that's definitely working. Okay. So what I actually need now is for a timer to basically count down how many seconds this thing runs for. Okay. Now, what we're not going to do, right, I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll do this as a function, okay? That would seem like a good idea. Just to keep it separate, right? We'll say decrease player speed. Okay, so you don't get to keep the player speed forever, right? That's the point. Okay, so if you pick up everything fast, great, but the problem is that it is going to decrease. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to get the movement component, and we're probably going to decrease it set it minus. So let's think about this, right? If we run it every half a second, 2.5 seconds, right, if we run it every 1 second, and that's not going to do it either. Right, let's say it's going to run for 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds it takes off 50. Right? Right? And we say 50. Okay. And then we set the walk speed. Okay. And then basically we just clamp it. We say minimum 400. We say maximum 1200. So in actual fact, we plug this in here, and then this goes in here. And since this is only running once every 10 seconds, it's going to be fine. Okay? So we can compile that. Right, we can go back to the event graph. We can move this out of the way because this doesn't do that anymore. Right, we've got a set timer there. And we can do a set timer by function name. Right, and our function name is going to be decrease player speed. Without the spaces, of course. And that's going to be set to 10 and looping. Okay, so we need to make sure that this actually runs. Right, so we'll add a breakpoint here and hit run. So this should run after 10 seconds. Or is it going to add super silly Yep, it's going to add super silly. So apparently we do need the spaces, which is ridiculous when it's what? Right, let's try it with the spaces, shall we? And we'll make it run every second, so it should run straight away. Compile. Go. Right, so it does work with the spaces. That's bananas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to compile it. Then I'm going to run it again. Right. And you'll notice that it hasn't broken this time. That is really weird. Right. Now I know why it hasn't broke, and that's because this one's still got spaces in it. Right. So I'll bet you this time it breaks. Bang, there you go. Right. And where's the breakpoint? Bizarre. Bizarre, bizarre. Right, so this is giving you extra speed, and it's only removing it every 10 seconds. So you're getting plenty of gain out of your bonus points. Okay. So we're doing our speed gain. We're ending it when you've picked up all the stakes, right? So all of that is now functional. And that's all great. I'll just do a little bit of tidying up here. Giving ourselves a bit of space. Didn't give ourselves that much, but hey ho. Right, what's this doing here? Right, so right, that is basically for changing the wallpaper. We'll set this up later so that we can actually change the wallpaper on the walls. Okay. and that'll be super smashing. And on that, if you've enjoyed the stream, hit like and subscribe. Check out the description for Discord and also ways to support the channel through Patreon and my previous game. And even if you want to just add it to your wish list, that would help as well. So thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.